Hi everyone, I have a nice and easy one for you today. This is called homework, but the problem ID is actually Heimavina, which is Icelandic for homework, I guess. In this problem, you are given pages of a book and you have to work out how many pages in total there are. Well, does it sound easy? Well, the input looks like this, or actually, let me scroll down. So yes, sometimes you are just given the page numbers like sample input 3. So you get the page number separated by a semicolon. So in this sample input here, this is pretty simple. You have 5 pages to read. Pages 1, 3, 5, 8, and 13. But you may also be given a range of pages like in sample input 2. So if you're given pages 3 to 10, 3-10, then obviously there will be 8 pages. And we can combine these two types of input together, as you can see in sample input 1. This is actually the first time that I see a question with a varying level of difficulty. As you can see here, the difficulty is 1.1 to 1.4. And I guess when this question was used in a competition, you can get different points depending on what kind of input you can handle, as you can see here. So if you can only handle inputs with separate page numbers, like sample input 3, then you get 25 points. Or if you can only handle input like sample input 2, you get another 25 points. And if you can handle mixed type, you get 50 points. I think that handling these two are going to be trivial, so let's just worry about doing sample input 1. And as always, you can try to code this yourself first, or at least think about how you're going to do it. The link to the problem is in the description, as always. And maybe one approach is to read the whole line of input as a string and then look at it character by character. So for example, if the input is like this one, let me write it here. You'll read in the whole string and then you can start with the first character, the first integer. If it's followed by a semicolon, then you know there's only one page to read. But if you see a dash, then you read the next integer and then you work out how many pages there are in total. So that should be pretty straightforward, but I want to show you something else. I want to do this using string.split, which I think makes the code easier to write. Well, not by much, I think, but I think it's a good way to learn something new if you haven't seen it before. So let's start coding this. I'm going to have a string. Well, I need a scanner class first, sorry. I forgot to set this one up. Okay, now let's read in the whole line, which is going to be input. And this is what I want to show you. I'm going to make an array of string. I don't have to say how big it is. What should I call this? Let's call it items. And then I'm going to say s.split semicolon. Why am I doing this? Well, the information on the pages are always separated by a semicolon, right? So it doesn't matter if I only have one single page or if I have a dash in the middle. It's always, well, they're grouped by semicolons. They're separated by semicolons. So what I can do is I can make an array of strings where each string is the whatever string is between the semicolons. So remove all the semicolons and put all the elements apart from the semicolons inside the array. Let me just show you. Let's output the array. So I equal to 0, I less than items dot length plus plus system dot out dot println items. Okay, let's try to run this. Let's give it the output, first one. Oh, I know what I did wrong, sorry. I'm still running the program I had earlier, so let's run. Yep, okay, that should be better. Okay, you see what happens here? I just split the input string based on the semicolons, and now my job is a lot easier because I have an array of strings, and each item in the array is either just one page number, in which case there's only one page to read, or is two numbers separated by a dash, in which case I have to work out how many pages there are, but that's easy enough. So all I have to do now is to go through each item in the array and process the number of pages. So something like, okay, if items well, how do we know if there's only one number? So can I try to work out the length? I mean, if there's only one number, it's just going to be like length 1, length 2, length 3. Well, actually, it says here that the problems are numbered from 1 to 1000, so it can be up to length 4. But then you can't use that because if you have something like 3-10, that's also of length 4. So we got to do something different. We got to be able to recognize when you have a dash in there or not. So do I go through each element and work out if there's a dash? Well, no, I'm going to use split again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another array here. What do I call this? I don't know, string item. And I'm going to split the array entry. So items I dot split, and I'm going to split based on the dash. Oops. So if I have something like 1-3 in the array, I'm going to get an array of size 2 with 1 and 3. If I can't, as in if there's no dash in there and I call split, well, if I try to split 5 based on dash, well, I'm just going to get 5 again. So what happened now is I just go, all right, if item dot length is equal to 1, that means there's only one number, right? Because I try to split with dash and you end up with just one number, well, one string. So the page count is just 1. So let's have a variable called page count, and here I'm going to have page count plus plus. On the other hand, if there are 2 items in the item array, I guess those are the only 2 possibilities, right? Either you can split using dash or you can't. So if items.length is equal to 2, so there are 2 items in that array, then we know that the first one is going to be the starting page and the second one is going to be the ending page. So we say page count is equal to page count plus item 1 minus item 0 plus 1. Did I get my math right? Should be, so if it goes 3 to 10, that means I'm going to do 10 minus 3, I get 7, then I do plus 1. Yep, that's correct. Except the problem here is that item 1 is a string and item 0 is also a string. Well, because item is an array of strings. So I have to convert that into an integer first. I'm going to use integer.parseInt. This is how you convert from a string into an integer. Same thing here. Oops, what happened to item? Okay, that should work. And I think that is it. So let me just output page count and see if it works. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's run this. 9. Yep, that is correct. Let's try the second sample input. 3, 10, yep, 8. And this one should give us 5. Okay, I'm gonna try submitting it. copy that, go to Java, what's the class? Main. Let's hope it works. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna pass if it passes that many test cases already. Okay, got accepted. So it's a nice, simple problem. And you just saw me doing this question using splits. So if you already know how a split works, that's great. If you seeing this for the first time, well, I think this is a very useful tool that you can use whenever you have to process strings. This is common in other languages, so if you know JavaScript or Python, well, you definitely have seen splits before. So yeah, again, I just split based on the semicolons to get the pages, right? I put them inside an array, and then for each item in that array, I split again based on the dash. So remember that split will split the, well, whatever string you have into, well, it's gonna make a new array and it's gonna put all the elements in there. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.